Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. Noobs that's still here, that didn't run away, get scared because of the opening, thank you. Noobs that just left after the thank you, still, thank you. I'm definitely not a part of Team No Sleep, but there's some things that I miss. I truly miss about Team No Sleep. I did want to discuss and I did want to talk about crying and being all off in your feelings, and to the point where you can listen to sad songs and don't really cry anymore, but you still feel the sadness. But what I listened to or what I was playing in the tunes that I had on, I just ain't in the mood for that. So we just gonna do this. We're just going to do this Team No Sleep and what I miss about Team No Sleep, because let's just say I ain't Team No Sleep, but there's some things that I miss about Team No Sleep. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And I got to keep it 100. I got to keep it all the way. I got to bring the noise. And that is the truth noise, by the way, if you don't know. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, we do what we do. Regs, this is almost like every single day, but it's not every single day. It just feels that way. Why? Because we got this unique. Why? We got this unique special bond, and I did it twice on purpose. That we don't know what to call it. We don't know what to call it. But one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 1 decade, 1 century, somebody's going to come up what it is. And when they do retroactively, we're going to say that's what it was all the time. That's what it always been. We just didn't know the name. But we know what we felt. We know what we felt. And in a century from now, we're going to look back and we're going to laugh, ha, about all of it. I know I am. There's a lot of things that keep me up at night, as the regs know, as my nonverbal communicating peeps know. That's just a SO to you. You know, I'm looking out for you always, because you can see the body language. You can see me. You understand me. And that's for the noob and noobs that's still here, and some of the regs. That's what you need to aspire to be. Nonverbal communicating peeps, because I don't have to shout you out. I don't have to say a word. You just know. There's a lot of things that keep me up at night, and the things that keep me up at night usually help me one way or another, or it's just so far out there. It's just so far cray. It's just so far creative that it's ahead of its time, and therefore I just have to share it with the world. Therefore I just have to share it, because if I ain't writing it down, if I'm not writing it down, and or making a book out of it, and or doing something else productive with it, it's just gonna disappear. And I can't do that to y'all. I can't do that to anyone. I can't do that to the future. I can't do it. And that's why I bring it up, and I'll just let you know. And that's the you plural. Let you know that this is what's keeping me up at night. And I just go ahead and let it fly. And I just go ahead and share it. But I ain't Team No Sleep. I am not Team No Sleep. But there's definitely some things that I miss about Team No Sleep. And I'm definitely not Team 8 hours plus either or either. You pick, you choose. I'm just a storyteller. That's giving you multiple choices and multiple options, not filling the blank, not true or false. But I could. The thing about, or one of the things that stick out the most about Team No Sleep to me, and is not the notion, and is not the fact that Hey, I'm proud to say that I get no sleep. Hey, I'm proud to say that I'm just up for 20 plus hours a day. What are you doing for those 20 plus hours a day? There's no way you can be that efficient. I am king efficiency. I am all about efficiency. I'm all about doing multiple things at once. Even though I can only focus at one, it just makes me feel good. It just put me in my happy place. It just make me do my money man dance. It just make me feel some kind of way that ain't bad when I can say I'm doing multiple things, yet I'm only focusing on one. It's just that inner drive. Even with that being said, I know there's no way 20 plus hours or 18 plus hours or somewhere in between. I can't be that efficient. I cannot be that efficient because at some point I'm going to go Betty bye-bye. And that's not necessarily to sleep. That means I'm just going to zone out. And when I'm zoned out, when I'm that focused, when I'm meditating, I ain't thinking about a thing. I am not thinking about anything. My peace is at mind. My mind is at peace. I am resting. I am just zoning. I am just finding my center. And if I'm finding my center, I'm not being efficient. I'm not being creative. I'm not doing some of the things that make me feel good, like sing, like dance, like making my chest pop whether it's inside the G-Ride, whether it's outside the G-Ride, or whether I'm just singing a song, and that's the ha ha, not the he he for this one. The song that's playing within my head, my song, soundtrack, the soundtrack of my life. Sometimes I just let the song come out. Sometimes I'm just singing the song that's in my head and just looking at people and say, hey, come on, join the fun. Hey, come on, get in on this game. But you ain't got to go down my rabbit hole, but you can get in on this game. It is the game of fun. It is the game of enjoying the moment and enjoying what's happening. Although my mind is still focused and I'm still super, yes, duper aware of the future. Definitely aware of the future. And with all that being said, once again, the thing, and one of the most important things that I miss about Team No Sleep, and one of the things that I just really don't care about with the club of peeps who get 8 hours plus, I can't be that efficient. I turn off. I zone out. I meditate. And those hours just don't add up for me. Those hours just don't add up for me. But with Team No Sleep, what I did and what I still do appreciate, the ability to just fall asleep at the drop of the hat, the ability to be so exhausted, it don't matter where you are. You can just close your eyes and you just out. It don't matter where you be. You can just close your eyes and you out. It doesn't matter what you doing. You can just close your eyes and you can just be out. That quick, that simple, just the exhaustion just takes you to a different level. That exhaustion is basically a substitute for meditating for me. Basically, that exhaustion is getting me to the place where I need to wind down to get to that place. I need to turn off. I need to be able to turn the mental off. I need to be able to turn the awareness game off. I need to be able to turn the intuition off. And if I'm exhausted, by being a member of Team No Sleep, is easy. I can just go to sleep anywhere. I can just close my eyes and start reading the book behind my eyelids because it's a fantastic novel that you probably should read, but you can't read because I'm selfish. I'm just going to keep that book to myself and I'm going to read it when I want to read it. And it is one of the, bestest, and I said bestest on purpose, bestest books that you'll ever see. But only I can see it. But only I can see it. That is what I truly, truly miss about. That is what I truly, truly, once again, truly, truly miss about Team No Sleep. Being able to just go to sleep at the drop of the hat. Being able to just go to sleep with my eyes closed, being able to just go to sleep, reading that fantastic novel behind my eyes, and not necessarily depending on meditation, and not necessarily depending on my wind down tricks, and not necessarily needing to turn off because I done already turned off. You might think it's a burnout, but it ain't a burnout. I ain't in the car. I ain't driving. I ain't spinning out of control. I'm just exhausted. Completely two different things. But it also make me appreciate the other side. It also make me appreciate my meditation game, because it started from nothing. Now it's something. Now it is what it is. And it is a mechanism, and it's one of the tools that I have for my tool bag to help me process, or to help me just turn off and go to sleep. There's some other things too, like actually listening to things, or just having noises on and being able to concentrate and focus on that noise and then zone out. So it's the same concept, but there's different mechanisms that tip off the same concept. And it's not necessarily just being exhausted or the exhaustion that I used to get from being team no sleep. Now I can just use noise. Now I can just use a TV. Now I can just use focusing when I'm focusing on any and all of that anyway, but it's just a different level, or it's a different type of focus where I'm not necessarily focusing on what's being said or what's being done. I'm just focusing on the whole art, the whole mechanics of what is coming out, or what is taking place, or what is happening. So in other words, if it is quiet, in other words, if there's no sound whatsoever, and if I'm not focusing, if I'm not concentrating, if I'm not in that area or in that place where I am just zoning, it will be, I almost said a bad word. I didn't even have enough time to say earmuffs, but I'm glad that intersensory continues to work when I know it should work all the time. I know when it should be on game, be on point all the time, but sometimes it fails. But that fail-safe mechanism kicked in, and it worked, because I was just going to say something not good, just very, very bad. And I don't want to do that, especially not without saying earmuffs, especially not without saying earmuffs. Please. Oh, please. Thank you kindly, universe. Thank you kindly, universe. I can't go to sleep. It is extremely difficult, or it's extremely impossible. There we go. Because I was just going to say the word that goes in front of impossible when you want to emphasize, or when you want to underscore, or when you want to highlight the importance of impossible without using a different word meaning impossible, or just saying difficult, or just saying you get it, you got it, good. Once again, multiple choice. Once again, multiple answers. Once again, just a storyteller. You pick, you choose. This is your own journey. This is your own adventure. You go down your own adventure road. You don't have to follow me. You do not have to follow me. But it's almost impossible for me to go to sleep when it is quiet, when there's nothing going on or taking place. If I'm actively not focusing, if I'm actively not winding down, and I'm just passively trying to do something, and I've just got my eyes closed and trying to read that book, that amazing novel, when there's no sound or anything, it's just not going to work. I tried that many, many times on different occasions. It's difficult. And good thing for me that I've had peeps and people in my life that was somewhat similar, and that they needed some kind of action, needed some kind of noise, needed some kind of commotion or chaos going on to go to sleep as well. Because if I was around, or if I knew of, or if I was surrounded by peeps and people who needed it dead quiet to fall asleep or to function at night, then that would just be bad for me. That would be bad for them. That would be bad for all parties. And I probably wouldn't be here today, or I wouldn't be in this place that I am now. and it'll just be chaos on top of chaos, and me not understanding, and me trying to understand, and me just trying to put the wrong shoes on the right foot and the right foot on the wrong shoes. And it was something that I'm not prepared for. It's definitely something that I don't think that I'm built for. I can understand the concept, but it's not something that I like to try. I can understand the mechanisms behind it and how it works, but it's not something that I want to do. It's something that I can say, hey, it sounds pretty good for you, but it ain't good for me because I won't sleep. And this brings us the full circle. If I don't sleep, and if I can't sleep, I can't be efficient. And who really can just be up and operating 20 plus hours and actually getting stuff done? And not only getting stuff done, having stuff make absolute sense. Actions that makes things move and go in a direction that's understandable by all and not just one. And that's the voice inside my head. And that is the voice inside my head. And I ain't talking about you intuition. You good in my book. I'm talking about the other one, the one that shall go nameless and we would never speak of. Intermonologue should have worked there, but it broke, and that fail safe mechanism. Gonna have to do some retuning. But that's the one thing of many, or that's the one thing that I can think of and just really and truly say that I miss about no sleep. But it's because I miss it because it would have been another option in my toolbox that I could use and utilize to wind down and go to sleep. But there are other things that I do, like I mentioned before. There are other things and directions I can go, but I just can't turn around and go that way. It's fine. It's okay. I see you. Do what you do. I do what I do. This is a no judge zone. Bird-like voice. Thank you. Be sure to tune in and be sure to check out the new and an improved website, extra.vdgsports.com. That is extra.vdgsports.com. This episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, and all things in between. Basically, all things Vince. There's a YouTube as well. You can like, you can subscribe, and you can share. And that YouTube is VDG Sports. VDG Sports. Everything is there. Everything. And when I mean everything VDG Sports related is there, including me. Everything is there. You can like, you can subscribe, and you can share and comment. Yeah, you can do that too. Noobs, you know, or maybe you don't. But Regs, I know you know, and I know you know it ain't coming either. I'm just going to hit you with the deuces, but only one group understand that. And that's nonverbal communicating peeps. You get it.